Okay. So here we'll come to know how to write down the mechanism of the reaction. So this thing will be given to in a question like 2NO2 plus F2 give 2NO2F and R will be given to you. I checked first whether it is a simple reaction or complex reaction. How I'm going to check simple or complex reaction? I've written order and molecularity because order and molecularity are different, so it's a complex reaction. Because it is a complex reaction, so it will take place in two steps, more than one step. So if it will take place in more than one step, how I come to know the mechanism, how I'm going to write down the mechanism. To write down the mechanism, what I have done, I started with a rate equation. Like rate equation is given NO2 or F2. So I'm going to write down NO2 plus F2. It will give NO2F plus F. Just I've written it because NO2F I am reading it. So with NO2 and F, they will combine together to give NO2F. So overall, I'm going to write down now F and F will cancel out. So I will get 2NO2 plus F2 gives 2NO2F. Now this is your basically mechanism, and if you're able to find out in rate equation, always we are going to write on a slowest step. So first step, this step is the slowest step. This slowest step, and this will be the rate determining step. It is slowest step and it will be the rate determining step. And if someone is going to ask you the order for this reaction, the order of this reaction with the order of the rate equation, that is of second order. Molecularity, as it is, there is no significance. For individual elementary steps, if you want, you can write on the molecularity. For individual steps, you can write on, but overall, there is no significance of molecularity. So this first question, anyone want to ask something here? Please ask. Come on, please, just feel free. Okay, one more question will do. One more I will do. Question is like, it is given, reaction is given and you have to write down a mechanism. So I'm going to write down a reaction. Reading space, so I just. Okay. So here is CH3 thrice Cl plus OH negative gives CH3 thrice OH plus Cl negative. This reaction is given to you. And for this reaction, the rate is given to you. Rate is equal to K. Rate equal to K. Concentration C. CH3 thrice Cl. Rate is equal to K. CH3 thrice Cl. You have to write down a mechanism for this. So first you have to find out whether it is a simple reaction or it is a complex reaction. First thing. And after getting a simple and complex reaction, you need to write down the mechanism for this reaction. I hope so you will be able to do it. Let me write down here. Order for this reaction is 1 and molecularity is 2. Order is 1, molecularity is 2. Because order is 1 and molecularity is 2, it means that it is a complex reaction. Okay, order is 1, molecularity is 2, it means it is a complex reaction. Which is a complex reaction, hence it will take place in more than one step. It takes place in more than one step. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with the rate equation. This is my rate equation. I'm going to start from here. The rate equation is CH3 thrice Cl. Only one is there, only one possibility. Step 1, it will break to give the carbocation. CH3 thrice positive charge plus Cl negative. It involves bond breaking. It involves bond breaking because it involves bond breaking. Hence, it will be RDS, rate determining step, slowest step. In next step, this Cl negative react. This one we have removed from here. Now, in next step, what will happen? Cl, we removed it from here. Okay, this OH negative will come and attach to this. So CH3 CH3 thrice positive plus OH negative. It will give CH3 thrice OH. This is first step because bond breaking, bond formation take place. Cl, okay, fine. Reaction is there. This will cancel out. Carbocation, basically tertiary carbocation, it will cancel out, and overall I will get CH3 thrice Cl plus OH negative gives CH3 thrice OH plus Cl negative. Okay, here I'm going to get a result. This is the result of this one. So this is a mechanism for the reaction that is given to us, because rate equation and is not equal. I hope so you got the idea of the simple reaction and the complex reactions. One odd example I will do. Their chances are there that you will get confused. So that thing I'm going to do now. Just if any questions here, please ask. Okay, let me go ahead. It is given, reaction is given to you, to H2O2. Here I will get the I negative, and it is given alkaline medium. Alkaline medium, it will give 2H2O plus O2. In this I negative, that is I negative, this iodide ion will act as a catalyst. Here this iodide ion will act as a catalyst. I'm going to write down a, and one more thing is given to you, that is given to you, it's a rate equation. Okay, it's a rate equation. Be careful, rate equation, rate. Very interesting example, just be careful. K H2O2 and I negative. H2O2 and I negative. So what do you think? Is it a complex reaction or is it a simple reaction? Put your answer in a chat box. Be fast. What do you think? Is it a complex reaction or is it a simple reaction? I'm waiting for your responses, please. Come on. Simple or complex? Simple, Paras, fine, okay. More responses, just see carefully. That's why I told you it is having a some special thing that we need to discuss it. More responses I'm reading. Yeah. That to fine, that logic we can apply, it's okay, but here catalyst we used it, just see here. So if I will say molecularity is 2, order is 2, okay. Molecularity is 2, order is 2, it must be a simple reaction. What's the problem? See carefully. This I negative is a catalyst. And here we have the 2 molecules of H2O2. Just see to it, 2 molecules of H2O2. And here we are having only 1 molecule of H2O2. Obviously, 1 molecule of H2O2 is not participating in a rate equation. 1 molecule of H2O2 is missing. Then why we are getting a same order in molecularity order? Because here rate of the reaction also depend upon the catalyst, I negative. That's why catalyst I added in a rate equation. In rate equation, catalyst is involved. But actually, if you will see, it should be like this, H2O2 plus I negative. But I negative is a catalyst. So here we have the 2 molecule of hydrogen peroxide. Here we have 1 molecule of hydrogen peroxide. Hence, I will say this is a complex reaction. The example in NCERT only, that's I need to discuss it. Otherwise, though, order and molecularity you can find out, that's fine. But a little bit you have to check it out also yourself. Okay, you have to check it out. Here you need to check it out because it is 2 here and it is 1 here. So that thing you have to see. Now, let me write down. I will try to write down the mechanism for this. I will start with the H2O2 plus I negative. Okay, H2O2 plus I negative. It will give H2O product plus what we are left with. We are left with the IO negative. This first step, rate determining step, slow step. So it is RDS. It is rate determining step, RDS. In next line, second molecule of hydrogen peroxide, because we have 2 molecule of hydrogen peroxide. If this will take place one step, then everything will cover in a one step only, but it's not going in a one step. So in second step, H2O2, further it will decompose to give H2O plus O2 plus I negative, because here I missed one term, that will come from here, IO negative. H2O2 further react with IO negative to give H2O, O2 plus I negative. So wait, let me write down here. IO negative cancel out, I and I will cancel out. What I will get 2 molecules of hydrogen peroxide, give 2 molecules of H2O plus O2. This is some odd example. Okay, so this odd example must be clear to you. Here what we have done, that thing must be clear. So here catalyst is there, that's why I discussed it. So 3 examples we have done. Here we discuss the mechanism. Question can be asked, rate equation will be given to you and you have to write down the mechanism. Sometimes mechanism is given, rate equation you have to write down. For that one you need to practice it out. Okay, you need to practice it. So this is elementary reaction rate equation. Now next topic, integrated rate equation. Integrated rate equation. Integrated rate equation. In our syllabus, I told you already, we have the zero order reaction and first order reaction. And for zero order reaction, first order reaction, we need to derive integrated rate equations. And in exams, they're not going to ask a derivation part. The derivation part I'm going to do right now. They're not going to ask the derivation part. Only final results and concepts that should be clear. Only that thing they are going to ask to see to it. Okay, integrated rate equation. First, I'm going to do for the zero order reaction. Integrated rate equation. First part we are going to do for the zero order reaction. Reaction in which the rate of the reaction is independent of the initial concentration of the reactant for zero order reaction. So I will take a zero order. I will consider a zero order reaction. I will consider R gives P, reactant gives P. So it is a zero order reaction. So rate R is equal to K R raised to power 0. I hope so. This thing should be clear to all of you because it's a zero order reaction. Now rate. The rate will be given change in the concentration of the reactant divided by dt. Like this, we can write down the rate with respect to the reactant minus change the concentration of reactant divided by dt will be is equal to K, because R raised to power 0 is 1 and 3 raised to 0 is 1. In next line, I'm going to shift. I will do dr is equal to minus K dt. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to derive a integrated rate equation for the zero order reaction. Integrated rate equation for the zero order reaction. So to derive the integrated rate equation for the zero order reaction, I consider the reaction R gives P. Zero order reaction, so R is equal to K, reactant concentration is towards 0 and then raised to 0 is 1. Rate will be minus dr by dt. So dr is equal to minus K dt. After this, we are going to integrate both sides. Okay, we are going to integrate both sides like this. I will written here only. I'm going to integrate both sides. So integration of dr will be r. I hope so. I'm doing right. Integration of we have to do integration of delta r should be r, minus sign will be minus constant outside, k constant, integration of dt is t plus I is what? I is a constant of integration. I is basically a constant of integration. Constant of integration. I is basically a constant of integration. So R is equal to KT plus I. Now I need to find out the value of constant of integration, that is I. So how can I do it? How can I find out? I will say when time t is equal to 0, when reaction is not started, when time t is equal to 0, at that time R, this R, initial concentration is equal to the R naught. R is equal to R naught, initial concentration, okay? It is not 0, okay? It is not, these symbols are almost same. It is R raised to 0, it is not here, I want to write down, it is not, okay? R is equal to R naught. R naught is basically the initial concentration, the concentration when time t is 0, when reaction is not started at that time. So if I'm going to put the values here in this expression, then t is 0, so kt is equal to 0, and from here you can write down I comes out to be equal to R naught. I comes equal to B R naught. So further what I will do, I'm going to put the value here, so it will become R is equal to minus KT plus R naught. Okay, R is equal to minus KT plus R naught. Okay, R is equal to minus KT plus R naught. I can simplify it. I can bring KT this side. So KT will be is equal to R minus R naught. KT will be is equal to R minus R naught. Wrong, I've done it, sorry. KT will be is equal to R naught minus R. R naught minus R. From here I can write down K will be is equal to R naught minus R divided by T. K will be is equal to R naught minus R by T. What is R naught here? R naught is the initial concentration of the reactant. Initial concentration of the reactant. Initial concentration of the reactant. R is the final concentration, yeah, concentration at time t, and K is the constant, rate constant. Okay, K is the rate constant in this case. So this is first way. K is equal to R naught minus R by T. K is equal to R naught minus R by T. This relation you must be knowing it. So what we are doing, we are trying to draw integrated rate law equation. In integrated rate law equation, we have the two ways. We have the zero order reaction and we have the first order reaction. First, we are going to do for the zero order reaction. For zero order reaction, we considered reactant gives product. So rate is equal to K R raised per 0 minus dr by dt is equal to K. We can integrate both sides. So it will become R is equal to minus KT plus I. We can just put the values. I is equal to R naught. Value will be 0. So KT is equal to R naught minus R. So K is equal to R naught minus R by T. So R naught is initial concentration. R is the final concentration at concentration after time T. So K is a constant here. So this is first expression for it. Anything you want to ask here, please ask. Come on, be fast, be asked. Okay. Okay, then I will just continue. K is equal to R naught minus R by T. Now what I'm going to do, second form I'm going to derive for it. Let's see here, another form, the second form you can say. Second form I'm going to derive. I will say let initial concentration R naught is equal to A grams, just considering it, A grams. And I will considering let X grams of it react in time T. Let X grams of it react in time T. Let X grams of it react in time T. R naught is the initial concentration, R naught is A grams, and let X grams of it react in time T. If this X grams of it will react in time T, then what will be the final concentration, that is R? R will be is equal to A minus X grams. Because out of A, X grams were reacted. So what we are left with? We are left with A minus X. What is X? X is the amount reacted. So what will the expression with me? K is equal to, K will be equal to R naught minus R divided by T. R naught minus R divided by T. So K will be equal to R naught. R naught in this concentration is A minus R is A minus X whole divided by T. So K will be equal to A and A will cancel out. You will get X by T, or you can say KT is equal to X. What is X? What is X? X is the amount reacted in a time T. It is not amount left. Here is amount left. R naught is the initial concentration. R is the amount left after time T. It is the amount reacted. It is the amount reacted, okay, in time T. There is difference in it, both the expressions. It is the amount reacted in time T. So this is basically the integrated rate law equation for zero order reaction. So this is one expression, R is equal to K is equal to R naught minus R divided by T. And here we have the expression that is K is equal to X by T, KT is equal to X. K constant T time X, okay, amount required, that is a KT by X. So these two expressions, numericals, definitely you have to solve it. I will definitely, on Monday I am going to solve numericals for you. Till now, two expressions more will do. So here, any doubt if someone is having, please ask. Anyone want to ask anything here? I told you derivation, you need not to prepare, okay? Derivation part, final results, you must be knowing it. But to solve the numericals, you must know how we approached it. So approach part is also important. Any questions here, please? Okay, so let me go ahead. So next part is with me, that is your half-life period. Half-life period. Half-life period. What is the meaning of half-life period? Aadhi Zindagi. Okay. What is the half-life period? It is a time required. It's a time in which half of the reactant reacted. It's a time in which half of the reactant are reacted, that we called as half-life period. Half-life period, basically the half-life of a reaction is a time, half-life of a reaction is a time in which concentration of the reactant is reduced to the half. Concentration of the reactant is reduced to the half of its initial concentration. The half-life period is a time in which concentration of the reactant is reduced to the half of initial concentration, that we called as half-life period. Let me take example. I'll continue with it. I will say T time K is equal to, right now expression we have done, that is your R naught minus R divided by T. Okay, K is equal to R naught minus R divided by T, where R naught is the initial concentration when time T is 0, R is the final concentration when time T is the T, or you can simply say R is the initial amount of the reactant and R is the amount left after time T. It's the amount left after time T, and time T is T in seconds and K. Now half-life period. Half-life period, how we are going to do? Time required. Suppose I will say initial concentration is A. Let initial concentration is A. Then R. R is the amount left after time T. Amount left after time T. Now in half-life period, half of the reactant will react. Okay. In half-life period, half of the reactant will react. So what will be the amount left? A is initial concentration. Out of A, half will react A by 2. What amount will be left? A by 2. Initial concentration is A. In half-life period, what will happen? Half of the reactant, they will react. Half of the reactant will react. Then half of A is A by 2. What's the time in which half? Yani A, out of that one, A by 2 will react. So A by 2 will be left. That time we represent with the time half. You can represent with a 0.5 or you can write down T1 by 2. Choice is yours. Half-life period. I'm going to put the values up there. I'm going to write down T 0.5, that is half-life period. R naught I'm going to take A. R I'm going to take A by 2 divided by K. T 0.5 half-life period will be equal to A minus 2 divided by K. So from here I can write down T half will be equal to A by 2K. T half will be equal to A by 2K. What is the meaning of this A by 2K? This is half-life period. A initial concentration, K is a constant, T half is A by 2K. And from here, one more thing you can conclude. Half-life period is directly proportional to the initial concentration of the reactant. For zero order reaction, half-life period is directly proportional to the initial concentration of the reactant. T half directly proportional to A, initial concentration of the reactant. What is the meaning of this? It means that if I will draw a line, I will start with 100, half-life may 50, next half-life 25, next half-life 12.5. So for zero order reaction, half-life period is directly proportional to the initial concentration of A, initial concentration of the reactant, that is A. So like if initial concentration will decrease, then half-life period will also decrease. Suppose it will take from 100 to 40, half-life period is 40 minutes. It will take 40 minutes to come from 100 to 50. If it is a zero order reaction, from 50 to 25, it will take 20 minutes. From 25 to 10, it can take 10 minutes. So what is happening? You see, half-life period is changing because half-life period is directly proportional to the initial concentration. As initial concentration will go on changing from 100 to 50 to 25, the half-life period will also change for the zero order, especially for the zero order reaction. So for the zero order reaction, the half-life period is directly proportional to the initial concentration of the reactant. Means if initial concentration will change, then half-life will also change. Half-life will also change. Okay, that is going to happen. Any questions here? That's a very important conclusion. So any questions here, please? Okay. Numericals, we have to solve it. Okay, let's drive. We have time. Let's drive one more relation. Last relation for today. And then on Monday, we'll just solve numericals. That's the important one. Expression part is important. I'm going to drive the relation now for the first order reaction. Only two are there in syllabus, zero and the first order reaction. For first order reaction. Okay. For first order reaction, we are going to drive a relation. So let me start. I will just start from the beginning only. I'll consider a reaction R gives P. Reactant gives product. Reactant gives product. So from here rate, because it's a first order reaction, so it will be K R. Previous one was 0. It will not be 0 here. It will be R, K, R raised to power 1 because of first order reaction. They are directly proportional. This will be minus dr rate will be change in concentration by dt is equal to kr minus dr by dt is equal to kr. What I'm going to do, I'm going to separate the variables. Okay, I'm going to separate the variables. It will be like minus dr by r is equal to k dt is equal to k dt. The negative sign I'm going to take other side. Minus dr by dt is equal to minus k dt. I'm going to integrate this equation. Integrating, I'm going to write down here only. Integrating this equation. Here I'm going to use a formula. It is integration of, it is r, sorry, it is dr by r. Integration of 1 over x dx. Integration of 1 over x dx. Okay, integration of 1 over x dx. Integration of 1 over x dx is natural log of x ln. Okay, natural log of x. Integration of 1 over x dx is a natural log of x. This formula from maths. So here integration of 1 over r dr, it will be natural log of r minus k dt. K will be constant. It will be minus kt plus I. It will be minus kt plus I. Natural log of r equal to minus kt plus I. Again, we need to find out the constant of integration I. How can I find out the constant of integration? Find out the constant of integration. Again, I am going to write down when time t is equal to 0, then r is equal to r naught. When time t is equal to 0, r is equal to r naught. So I'm going to put the value here. It will be natural log of, I'm going to put the value, then kt will be 0. Instead of r, I'm going to write on r naught will be is equal to I. Natural log of r naught, like previous case we have done, okay? Like same way we are going to do here. Natural log of r naught is equal to I. I'm going to put the value here. It will become natural log of r is equal to minus kt plus natural log of r naught. Plus natural log of r naught. Plus natural log of r naught. So it will be like kt is equal to natural log of r naught minus natural log of r. Kt will be equal to natural log of r naught minus natural log of r. Further, from here I can find out the k. K will be equal to natural log of r naught minus natural log of r divided by t. Divided by t. Initial concentration, final concentration, and divided by 2. Further, k is equal to log a minus log b will be equal to natural log of r naught by r. R naught is the initial concentration and r is the concentration after time t. One more thing we are knowing it, that is natural log is equal to 2.303 of normal log. Natural log is equal to 2.303 of normal log. So I'm going to put the values here. It will become k is equal to 2.303 divided by t log of r naught by r. This is the reintegrated rate equation for the first order reaction. K is equal to 2.303 divided by t log of r naught by r. So chaliye till, because